Here we have a problem before us that says that a trader bought 2 boxes of ballpoint pens, each pen costing the same amount and each box containing the same number of pens. In one box, 8 pens were 40. She sold the rest for 600 naira. That means the rest after that, when you remove the 840 ones, she sold the rest of it for 600 naira. And then in the other box, all the pens were good, no one was 40. She kept 5 for herself and sold the rest for 645 naira. How many pens were in each box to start with? Here we weren't told the total number of pens that were in each of the boxes, so that's what we're looking for. But we were told that they contain the same number of pens and each costing the same amount, and then we're told that in one of the box 8 pens were 40 and she sold the remaining part of it for 600 naira, and in the other that no one was 40, which means all the pens were good, she kept 5 aside for herself and then sold the rest for 645 naira. So the problem is all about deriving trying to get the equations from this whole statement, this word problem, and then finding how many pens were in each of the box. So let's start. Say solution. Now let's represent the pens in each box with the letter N. Okay, with N. Pens in each box be N. Okay, now in the first box, let pens be N. Okay, let's leave it that way. Now in the first box, it becomes N minus 8 because the total number of pen in the first box is N, since we're presenting it here with N minus 8 that were 40. We said N minus 8 that were 40, and then the remaining of them were sold by what? 600 naira. Were sold for 600 naira. Sold for 600 naira. Now for us to get the average cost of a pen, of a single pen, average cost of a single pen inside a box will be the total divided by the number. So definitely we have 600, which is the amount which it was sold for, divided by N minus 8 naira. That should give us the cost for a single pen inside a box. Now let's proceed. Now in the second box, let's say second box. Now in second box, we were told that 5 pens were kept aside. Now she sold them for 645 naira and then kept 5 aside for herself. So automatically it becomes N, not representing it with N minus the 5 that she kept aside and then sold the remaining one for 645 naira. So therefore the average cost of a pen in the second box automatically will be, let's say, average cost of a pen there will be 645 over N minus 5 naira. Now that is just what we have now. Now what we're going to do is this. If you look at the problem, we say each pen contains the same amount and each pen costing the same amount and each box containing the same number of pens. So each pen costs the same. Automatically, if we get the cost of the first one in the box here, and equate it to this one, meaning it costs the same. The prices should be the same because we're told that each of them cost the same. So automatically we'll say 600 over n minus 8 is equal to 645 over n minus n minus 5. So here we are with our problem. So what we do now is to solve for the letter n, which is the unknown. Now you can simply say our denominator here is n minus 8 and n minus 5, so automatically we can multiply both sides of the equation using n minus 8 into n minus 5 to be our LCM, but I'll just simply cross multiply because at the end we will still arrive at the same processes, because if you multiply this with this and n minus 8 goes cancel this off, we're left with n minus 5. So that's why you see n minus 5 is now multiplying 600, and when you do the same here, n minus 5 goes out, you're left with n minus 8. You can see 645 multiplied by n minus 8, so you arrive at the same answer. So automatically we have 600 into n minus 5 is equal to 645 into n minus 8. So that is it. Now we'll try to clear the brackets, and we'll have 600 n minus 5 times 600 will give you 3000, and this 645 multiplied by n will give you 645n minus 645 times 8 will give you 5160. Now the next thing we do is to collect like terms. Here we say 5160 5160, okay, minus 3000 is equal to 645 minus minus 600. Now what I simply did is this 5160, I took it to the left hand side and it becomes plus, because we have minus 51 here is minus 5160. So when you cross over to the other side, when it cross over to this side, it becomes plus, which is what we see here, plus 5160 minus 3000 is equal to 645n minus 600. This 600 here, when it crosses over to this side, it becomes negative 600, which is what you see there. So now let's continue. Now I have 5160 minus 3000 will give you 2160 is equal to, remember this is n and this is n, 645n minus 600n, you left with 45n. Now divide both sides by 45. You have 45 here and you have 45 here. N is equal to what? 48. Answer. So therefore, there were 48 pence in each box to start with. So that's our answer.